when people are talking about their loved ones, my
Mm-hmm.
advice, just listen. You don't have to come up with these nice little slogans, these sayings. Oh, heaven's gaining another angel. You're going to get punched in
Right.
the throat. Please don't say that.
True.
Please don't say that. Or in
Yes.
my case, when my husband died, people was like, "Oh, you're young. You got plenty of time to get married again."
Oh,
That's the same thing you say
wow.
to people. You don't
Yeah.
always have to have an answer. I'm not going to remember what you say, but I will remember your presence.
Mm.
Thank
Do
you.
not say a word. Just be
Yes.
there and be strong. That's all you got to do. You don't have to say
Yes.
nothing. So don't.
And I identify because I've never lost anyone in a homicide, but I just felt what you just said just by losing babies. Like it's the same thing. Like I
Hmm.
don't want to hear, oh, God took another had needed another angel. Why he need
Yeah.
mine? Like
Yeah, what mine? Like, what do
that
you
just
mean?
makes
What do you
me
say?
irritated.
Yeah, just stop saying that to
Right.
me. And once
Right.
you hear it
Right.
once, you've heard it twice, you've heard it again and again, and now I'm angry. The next person that says, I'm gonna punch him in the throat. The next person that tells me that, I'm gonna hit you. And that's what
Right.
they think. And you wonder why they're so angry. Imagine how many times
Right.
you've heard that. You've heard that.
Right.
It makes you angry.
Yeah, and it's true. You remember the people who were just there. You don't remember what they
You
said,
don't
but you
remember what they
definitely
said, but
remember.
I remember your presence.
So, what have you guys from the families that come to you? What is like the most common issue that they are dealing with?
The support piece. Nobody understands. They lose friends, they lose family, and, and
Wow.
and we call them our extended family, our vast family. So those
How
who
are they
leave,
losing family and friends if they
it
suffered a
happens a lot.
loss?
Yeah, because some
People,
people give up. They figure again, like I just mentioned about the time frame of healing,
hmm,
Right.
and some people figure, well, it was a year ago,
yeah,
so
get
there's
over
nothing
it.
else I can do for you.
Move
It's
on.
nothing else I can do
Move
for
on.
you.
Right.
You
Right.
know, um,
So if you meet people like Letitia, Jeff, and the rest of the team, they understand I'm still grieving. If you have someone in your heart and they're no longer here, that doesn't go away. They're
Yeah.
always going to be a part of your heart.
Mm-hmm.
So a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years is not going to make you love them any less because they're not here in the physical. You're able
Right.
to love your loved ones because they're here. Why are we not allowed to love ours because they're no longer here?
Right. And
So
that's the
those are things
takeaway.
I have to clarify. Do not ever feel guilty for grieving. Because the first thing
Mm-hmm.
people say is, oh my God, I'm sorry for crying. You should never feel sorry for grieving your loss because the love
Right.
is still here.
Right.
The last act of love is grief because that's the only way we have to show that we love is by grieving. So never
Yeah.
apologize for your grief.
Yeah.
Never.
That's a that's beautiful.
Because
Hmm.
at the end of the day, families just want their loved ones to be acknowledged.
Thank you.
And when you acknowledge my loved
Yes.
one, you're acknowledging me and my loss. That's the
Yes.
important part. It's
Yes.
not, oh, I'm sorry, or whispering. It's like, you know what? I know it's his birthday, Anissa, and I just want to let I'm here for you.
Yes.
Tisha and like my team, it's no wrong way of doing that.
Hmm.
By you acknowledging him, you're acknowledging my loss. And
Right.
that's what it's about, is making
Yes.
your loved ones relevant. They're important.
Yes.
Because that loss was important to me and to my children. When people like Letitia acknowledge that, they're acknowledging me. I'm
Yes.
important to them. So
Hmm.
it's okay to acknowledge that loss. It's okay.
Yeah, I think a lot of times, and I tell people like they want to feel uncomfortable, but it's like, okay, but you're dealing with uncomfort, but this person's actually dealing with actual loss.
Yeah.
So
I'm not the one
really,
that's
you're a
uncomfortable. You are.
comfort.
I'm not uncomfortable. You're the one that's
Right,
you're the one that's making this weird, not me.
right.
So
And it
that's the
shouldn't
only thing. That's the only thing about it is by you being uncomfortable, it's making me uncomfortable. So now you're making it weird.
be. That's
You see,
true.
versus you just
Yeah,
coming and saying, Anissa, I know this is happening. I'm here for you, and I want to acknowledge your loss. That's all you have to
hmm,
say. It's not uncomfortable. By you getting weirded out, acting strange, that's making me
right,
feel weird.
right. Because I've
And
seen
that's
like
that
there's
all.
something
interaction
wrong.
happen.
Yeah, like there's something wrong with grieving,
Right.
and you
Right,
shouldn't have to feel like there's something wrong with grieving.
Absolutely.
exactly.
And I always say there's no time limit. There's
Absolutely.
no
Right,
time limit. It could be 1 year, you might be okay. It might be 20 years. It might
Yes.
take you that long. And there
Hmm.
is no time limit on grieving. So no one should feel like, well, well, you know, my partner or my son or my daughter passed away 3-5 years ago, and I'm still it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. There's no time limit.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm realizing now as like I'm doing my own personal evolved learning about like higher consciousness and stuff like that. You're actually supposed to identify with those feelings. You're actually supposed to be conscious of those feelings. That's the only way to heal.
Yeah.
So it's actually not good to tiptoe and ignore and push down. You got to deal with that.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to ask, since you were young, what advice now, as a person you are now, would you give to yourself? And now you will like, how can
Absolutely.
you protect yourself and guide yourself through that kind of grief? What is some of your advice?
Well, the Anissa now will tell Anissa then
Mm,
to grieve, to actually
mm,
grieve. I never grieved because I had to
mm,
come out and I had to work and I had to make a life for me and my children. So I never had an opportunity to grieve. I just put it on the back
mm-hmm.
burner and did what I had to do to raise my children. So I would
Right.
tell Anissa, take the time to grieve your loss because it is a loss
Mm-hmm.
and it's okay. Whatever people are
Yeah.
going through, whatever people are saying, it doesn't matter. Grieve your husband because at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
he is your husband and you have a right to grieve him in peace.
Yeah.